Have you noticed some of your exes coming out of the woodwork just in time for the holidays? Or maybe some people that you dated are starting to reappear like the ghosts from Christmas past. Well, I want to talk to you about cuffing season so that you don't fall into this dating trap. And for more videos on how to take charge of your love life, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. So first, let's start with what the hell is cuffing season? I actually went and Googled it, and it says cuffing season is where singles get into short-term relationships so that they can pass the colder months. And it usually starts around October and ends the next year on Valentine's Day. So what I'd like to do is actually share some signs for you to know whether this is a genuine relationship or somebody trying to cuff you for the season. Here's the first sign. The holidays are coming and all of a sudden your ex appears out of nowhere, starting to text you, starting to message you and get on the phone with you, starting to want to hang out a little bit more. Or maybe a guy that you dated in the past or somebody that ghosted you all of a sudden reappears. Yes, that is a massive red flag that this is a cuffer. Another sign is when you get a love bomber. All right, a love bomber is somebody that goes from 0 to 100 that hasn't really given you much attention before, and all of a sudden they come in strong with the compliments, laying it out thick, bringing you gifts, flowers, things that like are moving a little bit too fast too soon. It feels so good, right? Yeah. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. Another sign is that the most intimate thing that you two do is sex. There's no introduction of friends, family, there's nothing that's actually moving or progressing. It's almost like you guys always hang out at each other's house. And most of the time, you're both showing up in really relaxed clothes like pajamas and things like that. There's no dates going on. It's more of a physical investment for companionship rather than a real relationship that's progressing to something long-term. So how do you avoid getting into these seasonal cuffing relationships? Well, I will share with you the first thing you got to do if it's an ex, make a breakup list. We tend to remember all the good memories of why we were with this person, but we also forget why we broke up with them. So make a list of why things didn't work and really look at them and remind yourself, oh my gosh, if I re-enter this relationship, I've seen this pattern over and over again, and he hasn't done any work on himself, he hasn't gone through a therapist, or she hasn't self-reflected and become more self-aware. I'm just spinning my wheels and wasting my time. The second thing that I'd like for you to do is make a list of non-negotiables. These are your deal breakers, the things that you do want in a relationship. And before you become intimate, before you cuddle and get close, right? Because that can trick you to like not see the red flags. But the goal here is for you to constantly achieve and go for what you want. So make that list, be clear about it, and start asking the person questions and start vetting the person. Like if you wanted children and you guys broke up, or the person came out of the woodworks and they never wanted children and they're calling you again going, hey, I want to hang out, then you need to ask them point blank, what's your stance on children now? Did that change? Because that's the reason why we ended our relationship from the get-go. And if they answer, no, it hasn't changed, then all you're doing is wasting your time. You have to learn how to say no to what you don't want to make room for what you do want. And the third thing I want you to do is make sure that you meet your own needs. A lot of singles look for other people to fill their gaps. So what self-care and self-love actions do you need to do to help you feel whole? One of the things during the holidays when I was definitely lonely and I wanted someone's touch, I wanted somebody to hug me or just to feel that I was not alone, I would go to the spa and get a facial or get a massage. And that really helped me feel like, nurtured. Or you can take yourself out on a date. Being outside in public, but in a group setting where other people are around, will help you feel less lonely. And you never know who you might meet out there. So it's important to just put yourself out there and get out of the house. And sometimes self-care is about soothing yourself. about making your mind feel at ease. Maybe meditation, watching a really great movie, crying it out in a movie, or eating really good food for your body and getting enough sleep. That may be enough to just ground you so that you don't feel like there's a gap that needs to be filled. And the most important thing here when it comes to self-care is really the way you speak to yourself, your inner narrative. Wake up in the morning and look in the mirror and give yourself 5 compliments. Also, create strong boundaries with things that really take emotional energy. Save it for yourself. During the holidays, you might get triggered, you might get emotionally pulled. So the more grounded you are, the more you're able to manage your emotions. And if you need more ideas on self-care, not to worry, I did a video on it. I'll leave the link below just for you, okay? If you have any questions, comments, or thoughts, please leave them below. I do reply. Otherwise, go to amiethedatingcoach.com and send me a message. I thank you so much for joining me today. Take care of yourself and avoid the cuffing season, okay? I'll see you in the next video. And remember, it's never too late to take charge of your love life.